Okay, the mole conversions worksheet, there are several pages here. I'm going to make a video for each separate page. Notice here it says no work, no credit. So I expect to see your work out here set up just like the example here, where you have your train tracks, and we're going to convert moles to molecules on this first one, or moles to particles. Make sure you have your mole chart. If you don't have one of these, ask me for it. I will get you one. Okay, so let's look at our example here. It says how many molecules are in 2 moles of a substance. Okay, so moles. Here's moles. Now, moles equals what? 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. What are particles? Particles can be, notice, look at our chart here. Particles can be molecules, atoms, formula units, ions. All of these are representative particles. Okay, notice the particles here are going to be molecules. Okay, now this dude named Avogadro, okay, he got tired of working with these giant numbers, okay, because 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, think about that. I'm going to move this decimal out 23 times. All right, that's a gigantic number. So he came up with a unit called a mole. Not this kind of mole, but a mole, okay? So if I want to convert moles to molecules, because what I know, I only know one thing. I know I have 2 moles of a substance. It didn't tell me what kind of substance. Okay, so I'm going to convert moles to molecules. So I set up my train tracks. All right, and in the start box, I'm going to have 2 moles. Okay, so what I know goes in the start box. So I call this the start box. Okay, what I know goes in the start box. Okay, and I'm going to make a conversion. And how do I know what to do? Okay, well, I need moles to cancel out, so I know moles goes on the bottom. But if I'm looking at this mole chart here, and I'm going from moles to where? Molecules, and I follow my arrow right there, it says I'm going to put particles on top, moles on the bottom. That's exactly what's here. Particles on top, moles on the bottom. How many particles? It tells me right there, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles over 1 mole, which is exactly what we have. But the particles we're working with here are molecules. All right, we set up our train tracks. All right, what happens? These units, not numbers, units cancel out, and I'm left with molecules, and then all I have to do is calculate. So when you go to put this in the calculator, and you'll remember this from first semester. Can you see my calculator? You can kind of see it there. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to put in 2 times 6.02, and remember, what are we going to use? The EE button. Enter your exponent. That's what that means. What's my exponent? 23. Okay, so it says E23. Can you see that? E23. All right, and I'm going to hit enter. And see what I get? I get 1.204 E24. But when I go to write that on my paper, I don't write E24. I write times 10 to the 24th. Okay? This is calculator talk. Okay? But this is what I want to see on your paper. Okay, so let's look at the first one. How many molecules are in 0.75 moles of aluminum? So what do I know? I know one thing. I know I have 0.75 moles. Okay, so I'm going to set up my train track, and in my start box, I'm going to put 0.75 moles. Okay, and these are all moles to particles. And what kind of particles do we have? We have molecules. So if to get this to cancel, I know I need moles on the bottom, and what do I need on top? I need molecules on the top. How do I know what numbers go in there? Because I'm going to go to my handy dandy chart here, and I'm going to go from moles to molecules, and it says I'm going to put Avogadro's number on top over 1 mole. So that's what I'm going to write here, exactly what it says. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd over what? 1 mole. Okay, because I need moles to cancel out. So I will be left with molecules. All right, and at that point, again, we're just going to put it in the calculator. All right, how do we put it in the calculator? Same way we did a while ago. 0.75 times Avogadro's. Again, what are we hitting? We're hitting the EE button. That means times 10 to the what? 23rd, and I'm going to hit enter. And see what I get? I get 4.515 E23, but I'm not writing E23. What am I writing? 4.515 times 10 to the 23rd what? Well, moles canceled, and I'm left with molecules. Okay, 5.5 E23. All right, 4.515 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. That is my answer. Okay, you're going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5 the same way, same setup, moles to particles. All right, the next video we'll go over the next page.